Morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode on this cold but beautifully sunny day. Amazing. It's starting to become a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more beautiful, but still cold. Can't have everything all the time. I mean, it was warm the other day. I managed to take a walk around the field out the back of my house, and that was very nice. But I wouldn't say it was like mega hot. I would say like high 13, 14, something like that. So it was still a little bit nippy, but you could walk around it in just a t-shirt kind of thing. So yeah. Welcome to another episode of Riding Shotgun with me, Parker. Thank you for joining me. This is, of course, the podcast where you are riding shotgun with me to work every single day. And you can get the ride on the way home as well. And, the idea behind it comes from the fact that, I sit in a car on my own just listening to music or whatever, and it's only the voice that's in there talking back to me. So why not do a podcast where I get to talk to you, you get to talk to me, and we're no longer alone on our drive to work in the morning, which is great. And that's always a bonus. So don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and hit that notification bell, which would be great. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So I'm going to try and do my best with this podcast. Obviously, it will be coming all out of the top of my head. There's no script. There's no plan of action. It's literally get in the car and whatever comes off the top of the dome will be what comes out on the podcast. So whether you are on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you're listening on or watching on, please, if you could give me a 5-star review, that would be great. If you don't think it's worth a 5-star review, fair enough, not a problem. Hit it with an honest review, and I'll happily take the criticism. Simple as that. It's that. So, today, we're back to it. Had a day off yesterday, and in all honesty, I needed that time off. Needed that in a big way. Just tired. So, now, sorry for the rattling there. Now, we're back to work today, and we see exactly what is going to happen, what that sort of reception is for my return. And we'll see where we go. Now, it could be a bad day, it could be a good day, we just don't know. Now, for most people, the anxiety would be through the roof, but I'm not going to submit to that today. I am going to be confident, powerful, strong, definitive, and state my place. Done. But it would be nice just to have another day off. Not gonna lie. Just stick me on a beach and 20% of somebody else's millions, and I'd quite happily live my days out just laying on a beach, chilling. I could go on holiday, actually. I was talking to someone yesterday, and they just recently come back from Poland. Now, I'd quite like to do Poland and do Auschwitz and all that kind of thing, but for me, that's not really... I mean, it is a breakaway, but it's not a holiday. That's it's just an excuse to see some historical places that you've never been before. Like, I'm still itching after years to go to Zell am See in Austria. Zell am See in Austria is the most beautiful place I've ever seen on pictures. It just knocked me bandy, knocked me sideways to actually see that. So ultimately I would love to go there first before I go to Poland. But again, that's breaks away. That's not holidays. But in all honesty, if I was going to go on a holiday, I'm more of a beach kind of person, like let's get in the heat kind of thing, and we'll see where we go. But yeah, no, honestly, the last time I was on a beach holiday was roughly about this time last year, maybe a little bit longer, when I went to Hurghada in Egypt. Now, Hurghada in Egypt is a very, very dry country, part of the country. I mean, obviously Egypt is very dry anyway, but in all honesty, there is a literal dust bowl sitting right outside your hotel. So like, it's a bit crazy where you're just kind of going, well, hang on, I'm stepping out of my hotel, which is nice and green and lush with seaside and all this kind of thing, and then as soon as you step out of the hotel, it's just thousands of miles of just dust and sand. And it's not like golden sand either, it's just like a dirty dust kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that, but like this dust storm hit just as I was leaving Hurghada, and in all honesty, I'd never seen anything like it. The colours that were coming off the sun when it hit was just beautiful, really beautiful. But also, it didn't feel like it was sand or dust. It was almost like a mist, like a dirty mist. Very strange. Never seen anything like that. But obviously I went to Egypt and I thought, maybe I could see some, like pyramids or sphinxes or something like that. But obviously Hurghada is, hundreds of miles away from Cairo where they are. And, I inquired about doing an excursion from Hurghada to the pyramids and stuff like that. And they basically said to get there is a good 12 hours on a coach. 12 hours on a coach. And that instantly put me off. So if you're going to go to Egypt to see some pyramids, go to Cairo. It's easier. If you're going to go to Hurghada, just go there to relax. I mean, it's a nice upcoming area. Everyone's kind of pleasant, but obviously you get accosted by people in shops and things going, let me sell you this, let me sell you that, let me sell you the other. Yeah, but everyone's nice and friendly there. But there's not a whole lot going on, if I'm honest. There's not a whole lot going on. Hotel was lovely, 5-star hotel, all inclusive as well, which was nice. So I didn't have to worry about finding dinner or lunch or breakfast or anything like that. It was just simply turn up to the restaurant of your choice and eat, which was great. I prefer that, if I'm honest, just doing like an all-inclusive. But you've got to make sure that you get your money's worth. So if you just like eat once a day and you don't drink any alcohol, then probably best you just go like, I don't know, B&B or something like that. But I ate very well there. 3 meals a day, a couple of drinks in the evening. It was lovely. I really enjoyed it. So that was 10 days that I had there away last year. So going back to where I will go this year, I don't know. I think maybe I'll wait till like October time because obviously you've got the summer holidays coming up soon and the kids will be off and prices go through the roof. And yeah. I wonder if the prices go through the roof for other countries in the world. So if you're booking a holiday from, say, like America, if you're booking something in the States, will a holiday to, say, Florida cost the same? And all you got to do is just pay for the flights? Or is it just rip off Britain again? I don't know. I mean, if I could read like German or something, then maybe I could book a holiday in German and see if the prices are different. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to Spain for X amount, and then if you book it on a British site, it's Y amount, which is a hell of a lot more. I don't know. But I think we're going to be lucky with the journey today, guys, because we're already on the motorway and we're 13 minutes in, and well, 34 minutes remaining. So we might be real good with the traffic today. Let's hope so anyway. That would be lovely if I could. I would prefer it if there's no traffic. It's certainly a lot less on the petrol, for sure. I mean, when I was travelling into work the other week, and it was just sailing through, I would say I saved roughly 25% of my fuel by not sitting in traffic for an extra 15 minutes a day. Madness, absolute madness. So always good to do that, especially in the crunch times when everybody's struggling for a bit of monies. And if you are struggling for a bit of monies, then I'm very, very sorry for you guys. And everyone is in the same boat, I guess, you know. Everyone's struggling a bit. Cutting me up. So yeah, anyway, what was he talking about before that lady cut me up? So yeah, everyone's struggling for money. It's like, I know there's, you know, government help and all this kind of thing, and they're stopping some of the payments and all this kind of thing, and like especially for energy as well, which is kind of a pain. Isn't it a bit strange though? A bit strange that with the government energy subsidy ending in March, April time, and then all of a sudden, March, April time, Ukraine has suddenly been able to start exporting electricity again. Funny that, isn't it? How weird. Bit of a coincidence, maybe. The conspiracy theorists will go through the roof, I am sure. You know, with going through the roof and bits, nobody can afford energy, and all of a sudden the Ukraine suddenly goes, actually, you know, now we've repaired our bits, you know, we can start exporting energy again. Amazing. Which means energy prices will start going down again. But will they? Will they? Who knows? Who knows? But all of a sudden, you know, like, government says, oh no, we're not going to supply you with any kind of funding for your energy past April. April comes, oh, by the way, we can export electric again. I wonder how long they've been exporting electric for. Conspiracy theorists, go nuts as you will. Now, I'm not condoning the war at all. I'm not saying it's a fake or a fraud. But I do certainly think there's other elements in play here. Obviously what Russia has done to invade Ukraine is terrible. Shouldn't be doing that. But wasn't it that his issue was the fact that NATO promised him that they wouldn't come any closer to his borders, and all of a sudden NATO's rocking up into Ukraine going, well, we're going to pitch up right on your border now, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, if that was me and that was a broken promise, I'd throw my toys out the pram as well. And I'm not saying that throwing my toys out the pram is equal to a war, but maybe that's the only way he knows, showing strength by invading. He's got no remedy. He's not going to cut his nose off, is he? I mean, we're still buying oil off of him. We've still got trade deals off of him. Still buying resources from him. So, although we're sitting there going, all right, we'll sting all your mates, and all your mates can't do trade in the UK, we're still sticking money in his back pocket to go, right, let's have your oil then. Yeah. But we've had a little bit of a glimpse of what life would be like when the oil reserves start running out, or start becoming a little bit more difficult. Prices will rise significantly. Which is why I suppose it's more important to have the natural resources like the wind and the water, hydrogen, solar power, that kind of thing. I wonder what it would take to put the entire country under a blanket of energy that just comes from natural resources. So, I mean, we've got plenty of wind around, plenty of wind. So, we could surround the country. I mean, a lot of it's surrounded anyway, but we could surround the country in wind farms. We could get all of our rivers and things with a bit of water energy. I mean, Thames would be a good one there, I guess. Get some energy off the Thames. And what else is there? I mean, solar power. I mean, to be honest with you, solar power is probably not going to do a hell of a lot because we don't have that much sun. But, if we took all of our major tall buildings and put solar powers on the top of them, and then we had lots and lots of solar farms, or maybe each house could go energy exclusive. So instead of tapping into a grid, each house would have its own energy source. So like it would take solar power, it would take wind power, and if a village or something like that is by a river, then it could get all its power from one river, and like a hub thing. I wonder what it would take to do that, how many billions it would take. I'll tell you what, the power companies would never let that happen. Never in a million years. Not in a million years. It would be nice to have, an unlimited amount of power and not have to pay for it. You could literally have the heating on all the time, because it'd be electric heating. You could have your boiler on all the time, you could have your TV on, the lights on, no matter what, because it's all coming from sun, water and wind, and you just store it up in batteries. I mean, there must be a better way to store it than in batteries. Must be a better way, because it's so inefficient, because they lose power after a while and you have to replace them and blah blah blah. Must be a way. Got to be a way. Yeah, there's got to be a way to store it better. I think there's some things, I mean, I'm no scientist or anything like that, but I think there's some things that we could maybe do better. Car tyres. You know, a car tyre that never ever goes bald, but offers the same amount of grip and flexibility without using rubber. I think there's got to be, has to be, an unlimited tyre. The amount of rubber we must go through as a globe must be crazy. And I know they're starting shredding them up and using them in other things and whatever, but we're still making tyres. So we've got to do that better, I think. Energy is another thing we've got to try and do better. You know, these battery things. I mean, I know like Teslas are very, very popular. But again, you're lugging around like a ton worth of batteries. Like, there's got to be a way, a better way. I mean, you've heard of like the hydrogen engine, haven't you? You know, where you're converting water into hydrogen and that powers the car. Now, I've seen so many things online, whether they're fake or not, I don't know. You can never tell, because it could be editing, it could just be lies, you don't know. But the science is there. You can get, you know, electrodes that sit close together, and you run a power through it, and you know, you put distilled water in there, and that distilled water then creates hydrogen. Hydrogen then fuels the engine, and the only thing that comes out of the exhaust is water. It mixes with the combustion, and yeah, just water is the byproduct of it. So you can then recycle it, put it back into the bubbler, and go again. But whether that would actually power a car or not, I don't know. Because then all you'd have to do is just get distilled water, which will then become a commodity, and it'll be like, that'll be like petrol then. Buying £1 a litre for petrol, but then distilled water is only boiled water, isn't it, I think? I'm sure it's only boiled water or something like that. I can't really remember how you get distilled water now. Not sure. Anyway, so the time has gone up a little bit here, so we're 27 minutes in, and we've got 22 minutes remaining. Yeah, it's gone up a little bit there. Maybe we could shave some time. Now, I wanted to get there for just before 9, but saying we're getting there 25 to 9, so we're getting there dead early. Yeah. My time. We'll see what we'll do. But still, it's saying we've got another 22 minutes, so what's that? 40, Yeah, so it's getting us there about 50 minutes in total. Which isn't too sad, I guess, you know. I still haven't had anybody tell me what the optimum fuel efficiency is on speed for a 1.4 car. As as you're bumbling down the motorway, I do 60, but could I go a bit faster, do you think? Is it 61, 62? Maybe someone could do the math for me. It would be nice if someone could do the math for me. I'll tell you one thing though, I really need to get my hair cut. It's getting so long. I just never seem to have any time to get my hair cut. And when I do have time to get my hair cut, bloody barber's all booked up. So I think I might need to find myself another barber, if I'm honest. One that's close by, because obviously the one I go to is in Maidstone, and that's such a trip out of the way. Unless I'm actually going into Maidstone, I don't actually go into Maidstone at all. Like, I have no purpose to go into Maidstone other than to get my hair cut, and it's a bit of a wasted journey, if I'm honest. It's so out of the way because it's not on the way home from work, it's not on the way to work, and it's not anywhere near where I want to go usually. Like, even if I'm going to the shops at the weekend to do some food shopping, it's not even remotely on the way or on the way back, nowhere near. So yeah, obviously I used to work in Maidstone, so it was easy for me to just pop out and grab my haircut. But now, because I don't work in Maidstone, yeah, I'm nowhere near. Absolutely nowhere near. So I need to find another barber, but a good quality barber, one that I'm going to trust. Because I do have issues with barbers. You can get a really good cut or a really shit cut. And I went to a hairdresser just round the corner from me. Oh my God, she barely tickled me. Just terrible. Really, really bad. Really bad. Like, she was just dabbing at it, and yeah, there was long bits left, and yeah, just a really, really bad hairdresser. Bad hairdresser. So yeah, won't be going back there at all. No chance. So if anybody knows of a really good barber close to, well, on the route from, say, not Maidstone, but on the route from where Maidstone turnoff is all the way through to Bromley, anywhere along there that I can come off as only like 2 minutes from the main road or 2 minutes from the motorway, let me know, because I will certainly give them a try. I need to find a new barber, basically, so I can get my hair cut more than once every 10 weeks. Yeah. I don't know how long it's been since I've had my hair cut, actually. All I know is I feel dead long with my hair. Dead long. And it's way too long. I need to get it chopped ASAP. Like ASAP. I just feel cleaner and smarter with a sharp haircut. Oh, I hate that. Why is it sitting in the middle of the road? Stop it. Always sitting in the middle of the road, people going around him. Like, either speed up, slow down, do something. Just don't sit in the middle doing nothing at 40 miles an hour on a bloody motorway. Crazy people. So I had this idea. You might think I'm crazy. You might not. You might think, go do it. But I need some help. I wanted to start my own business, right? Because I'm at the stage of my life now where I am bored of making other people wealthy. Right? I'm bored of it. I'm bored of working for someone else, basically. You know, doing the job, making them money, and I just get my standard wage every month. So I want to make money for myself without paying someone else. But I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to start a business that I obviously know nothing about, so there's potential to fail there. I don't want to start a business that I don't really care about the industry, because there's potential to fail there. And I don't want to start a business that I don't like doing, because it will fold. So I need help in a business that I would like to do. Now, obviously, I've got ideas in music, production, promotion, that kind of thing, marketing, blah, 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 blah. I'm not bad with a computer. I can design things, what have you. But there's such a saturated market that, you know, you're never really going to make any money doing that sort of thing unless you're insanely good and you have a reputation for doing insanely good stuff. Now, in all honesty, in terms of my music production, I don't think I'm that good, in all honesty, to be able to make money off of it. In terms of like design and things like that, again, I don't think I'm that good to be able to make money from it. I felt about making things, but then if I'm making things, I'm now spending time making those things, which, again, you know, is not using your time wisely, because I'm consistently making things and I'm not getting them out at a proper level to be able to make good money. Now, I don't mind making something as long as it's quick and easy to make. But again, you know, selling some of that stuff, you're never going to go online and say, I don't know, I make a wine rack. You're never going to make any money on a wine rack, because you're not going to sell one wine rack that you've made for 100 quid every day of the week. And that's just to make a basic living. It's just not going to happen. You know, you can put them on Amazon, you can put them on whatever, but, you know, I can't make one of them every day. It's just an impossibility, you know, simply for the fact of the tools and the time and everything else that goes with it. You know, so that's just impossible. I can't do that. So I don't know what to do. You know, if I go about, you know, maybe doing like a vending machine thing. I mean, I could do it better than Nutrivend without question. I mean, their profit margins are obviously massive because they're buying stock that's just about to go out of date and whacking it in their machines. But, you know, again, you've got to find somewhere to put these machines. and then you've got to pay someone a percentage of what you get from the machines. Then you've got to stock it and all that kind of thing. And again, you're now spending your time refilling it. You can't just lump a vending machine anywhere and go, that'll do. So yeah, that's a difficult one. I mean, obviously there was an option with a friend there to maybe do something with like gambling machines or with a pool table and stuff like that, and earn from that. But again, that's something that is, not available. Because obviously you're spending out, and the opportunity didn't come from what was first presented. So, again, if you go and buy that, and all of a sudden you gotta rip it out, where'd you put it? Can't put it in your house. It's just silly. Plus you got to have some sort of van or truck to get it there and what have you, and blah blah blah. So now it becomes another overhead. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, if you could do something like, I don't know, like one of those Riley's pool hall things or whatever, which would be really nice. I went to a really nice one in Leicester, and that pool hall was lovely, but in all honesty, you could probably see that there was going to be some real issues there with people whacking people with pool cues and having fights and bits. So that's not something that I would want to do. Plus you've got staff as well that have got to go in there. You don't want to sit there and be looking at an empty pool hall all afternoon. I don't know. It's just I want to start my own business, but I don't have a trade. That's the issue. So, I had this idea of maybe dropping work for a part-time role to do something like that. I mean, I even silly. I even went on ChatGPT to see what the AI would say about a profitable business, and it didn't come back with a lot. If I'm honest, it didn't come back with a lot. Oh dear. So yeah, I'm a bit limbo-ish really. It's like I want to work, but I don't want to work for someone. I'm tired of someone being my boss. I want to be my boss and make my rules and my decisions and make my money. But it's just finding that moment, isn't it? I guess if you don't try, you never know. You could have 100 failed businesses, but you might have one business that goes through the roof, and that's the one, Maybe I'm a bit late to the game with this. Maybe I should have been doing this 10, 15 years ago. But then again, did I have the bread 10, 15 years ago to do it? Probably not. No, I don't know. I mean, I nearly opened a bar in Spain, and I'm glad I didn't, because that would have been serious mismanagement, I think. That would have been shit. I think I would have been gone within months, that one. I don't think many people would have been there. But then again, it might have kicked off and done well just simply for the way that I done things. But being on the third floor of a commercial unit, you're not going to be seen, are you? you're not going to be seen at all. I mean, I did have a visualization of it when I was stood in the unit of what it would be like, and yeah, that's a memory long ago, and I think I made the smart decision of saying no. Definitely made the smart decision, because even after the kit out and the fit out, I think you're spending the best part of €30,000 just to kit it out, which isn't a lot. And this was when the exchange rate was good. And then you've got wages and things like that you've got to pay out, and insurances and licenses and da. Wouldn't have a clue how to do that. Still wouldn't have a clue how to do that. Definitely in Spain anyway. I mean, obviously I'd have a knowledge of it right now. What would be good actually? So if I'm talking to you right now, and I'm talking about the hustle and all this kind of thing, and finding that moment, and then as we progress through the episodes, things come to light and move forward and blah 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 blah, and you end up getting to a point where the podcast has taken on a shape which is great, but also you've got the fruits of what that hustle was to begin with. Who knows what happens in the future? Nobody knows what happens in the future. I just don't want to end up staying where I am, just hitting the top of where I've got to, and that's it. I want to be able to move forward. I've got lots of skills and things like that I've learned across time and knowledge and what have you. And I want to put them to good use to make me money, rather than someone else money. Because they interviewed me for a position, but really I want to interview myself for my life. We'll see where we go. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's blow through those. Lovely. Oh. So guys, that is us for today. What a quick journey that was. 46 minutes of time here. I think it's 43 minutes, because I've sat there for a couple of minutes in the car just looking at my phone before we came on. But thank you very much for watching today, listening, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell and like the video. Appreciate you very, very much. I will see you very, very soon, and we can have another little chit chat and see exactly where we go, what we do, and you can join me once again for Riding Shotgun. Have a good day. We'll see you soon.